what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Don't you love when guys do that on shows? Oh, didn't see you there. Welcome into the Thursday edition of Your Show. Still, at this point, the only live show originating from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan on the internet, as far as we know. 4 to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday, rain or shine, we are always here with you. And thank you so much for joining us, however you're taking this in, if you're listening audioably on all those audio places where people like to listen. Welcome to it. If you're watching on the YouTube, like our friend Uncle Brando says, which you should be. Shout out to the CCO. Welcome to it. We love to hang out with you here each and every weekday. And it's so cool to be doing something that no one else wants to do because going live is very, very hard. And but we thrive on it around here, especially when our mascot, our greeting dog, the first soul that you see when you walk into the Dufferin Ave Media Network studios inside the Saltner Concrete Services Clubhouse, she is Maggie. And she has her very own Maggie cam. Let's check in now and see how she's doing. Look at that. You can see in the background here, too. Look at this. That's our poster to get Maggie in as Prime Minister of our beautiful country. She is in the running. The Maggie Cam for our incredible friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. When you walk into this amazing, incredible business, your life changes forever. You're about to embark on the greatest pet store shopping experience of your life. Right off the bat, they have a greeting dog just like us. His name is Leroy. And Maggie and Leroy are dating. They are Saskatoon's power puppy couple. Okay? Once you get in there, all the foods you need, all the toys you need, all the leashes, all of the collars and everything else, including the brand new buckle-up collars, all there for you as well. The greatest cleaning station on planet Earth inside Pet Planet on 8th Street. And they're open after hours and on weekends as well, thanks to Kirsten, Shar, and Chris. And Meg is done. She's out. She's going to Pet Planet on 8th Street with Network Ryan. He's heading over there right now by looks of it. Thank you for everything you did today, buddy. Okay, never mind. I take it all back. And now she's like, well, I thought we were going. We'll go next time. Don't worry, we have to get some more food for you. Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. We got a very fun show for you today. A lot of previously recorded interviews that we are going to get through. And this first one is very special. As you can see beside me here, I have a book, hard copy of You Can't Stop Love. Restoring the World to Sanity, one person at a time. This book changed my life. And we are about to check in with the man that wrote the book that changed my life and hopefully yours soon. The audio version is currently being uploaded and waiting for approval. And once that is up, you can listen to these words instead of just reading them, if that's what you're into. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and run our talk with John Fast. We got Dragon on the ones and twos. Okay. Oh, and then he disappeared. Where'd he go? John, yoo-hoo. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest author in the history of books, period. Especially this one right here. On sale now. You Can't Stop Love. His name is John Fast. Brother, how are you? Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm in California, and you know what's really nice about being in California?
What's that?
Well, one, it's substantially warmer than where you are, and it's no, it's been a great trip. I did a lot of promo work. We did a lot of video work with an incredible group of people who have. I did a pitch to an entire room full of people last night, producers and writers and all kinds of people who absolutely love the idea, the concepts that I explained to them that are within the book. And you know, I got a lot of very appreciative nods, and it was you know, so a lot of people really liked the idea, and I think the idea, well, I just, you know, I mean, I'm the author, so I'm going to love it anyway. But
I will
um,
tell you, as a guy who's not the author, I also love the book. So that's two of us.
well, good. I can just, that's quite a revenue stream.
As you know, we're all about those revenues around these parts.
Yeah, exactly. Don't tell Revenue Canada.
Easy now. He's moving right along. So,
Yeah.
you, my friend, you love to travel and you are, like you said, out and about. We're doing a tour, you're promoting the book and all this stuff. Where are you off to? Where are you heading out here? What's going on? Where's
I'm
Johnny going?
I'm going to Colombia. I'm
Ooh.
going to Colombia tonight. I'm taking the red eye to Colombia. I'm going to land in Bogota. I'm going to go see a dentist. But I've got a lot of friends in Colombia, and it's such a beautiful country. And I am going to take um, the president of Colombia, along with a few other national leaders I think Malaysia was one of them, and Belize, and I can't remember all of them. There was seven or eight different countries. We're in a joint statement the other day about the status of the world, and I was very impressed with what they had to say. And so I'm going to take them a book. I'm going to take the president of Colombia a book, and I'm going to take it to his office and uh, leave it with him and a letter, and I'm just going to see what kind of a response I get from that. And when I leave Colombia, I'm going to go to Mexico, and I'm going to go do the same thing because the president of Mexico has also had a lot of statements recently in the news that have indicated that they're very, very open to ideas for change.
Hmm.
And that's what You Can't Stop Love is all about. It's of course getting us out of this mindset where war is the solution, when in reality we know that all it really does is make a tremendous profit at taxpayers' expense for a very, very small group of people while killing a bunch of others. And the whole process of evolving and getting through this addiction to war and creating some sanity in this world is really what the book is all about. And so that's I guess I don't have any illusions about saving the world because there's only so much I can do, but I most certainly want to do my best to create a better world for my grandchildren and my great grandchildren. And again, you can't stop love. I mean, that's the big motivator. And and you know, I guess my attitude about all of this has always been like uh, sharing the the ideas within the book. Um, while I am somewhat limited in what I can accomplish, I think there's probably somewhere around 8 billion people on this rock that would really like to be able to educate their kids and feed their kids and take care of their families and do it all in peace.
I will
Uh,
say this. Most people, when they say, I'm going to go drop a book off with the president of Colombia and the president of Mexico, you would be laughed at. You say, you're crazy. What are you talking about? You're the only guy I know that can say that and actually make it happen. So I think that's very, very cool that you're sort of going out there and doing this, brother. That's awesome.
I'm not really worried about making it happen. I'm looking at all of the other options on the list, and it's funny, despite having all of these amazing peace organizations in the world, um, none of that has seemed to have taken root. And I think that's the other thing that I really love about this book because there was a writer, a spiritual guru by the name of Dr. David Hawkins, who in one of his books, I believe it was Power versus Force, to paraphrase, he just stated that the universal answers to all of our problems lie in simplicity. And and it is that simple. It really is that simple. we just have to wake up and decide that we're not going to kill anybody for profit anymore. And I think it's a wonderful concept, you know.
It really is.
Yeah, I just it's funny how earth-shattering that can, you know, like, but you know, one person at a time, um, we we the world's people can make a difference because you know I think the reality of all of this is that the people who are making billions and billions and billions of dollars, the corporate and political leadership that's involved in creating all of this chaos, um, are vastly outnumbered. And so if the world can just come together, and I know I belong to an organization where millions and millions and millions of people all over the world, through a very, very simple design for living, have been relieved and restored to some semblance of sanity. I think I still got some work to do on that, but um, there, you know, I've been blessed with a massive change in my life and as I said, millions of others have too. And if we can change, why can't we all? So it's not complicated. And you know, we can do better.
Yeah.
And you know, I
I
think being a Canadian, I've always laughed because really, you know, our government seems to be able to do whatever they want to us, and the only sin is standing in front of the TV when the hockey game is on. You know, that's the only thing that really gets people upset enough to yell and scream.
That's it.
And and I think I don't understand why we're not all yelling and screaming. Um, and I don't think being angry is really the solution, but we need to, I think if the populations of our world and our respective nations, um, if they decide, if the people decide that they want to live in some kind of a sane world, our governments will have no choice. The standard, when the attitude, when the collective consciousness of the country embraces a concept of love and peace, our governments will be forced to follow us.
Here, here. I feel you, brother. Again, the book, You Can't Stop Love. It's incredible. It's amazing. Audio version coming soon. You get this one right now on Amazon. And dude, I love you. Thank you for giving us a couple minutes. This is going to be our new sort of weekly segment as we travel around the world with you and we figure out where the hell is Johnny at. I'm very excited for it. Travel safe tonight, and we will talk to you again hopefully next week, and we'll see you right at that point, brother.
Coming to you from Colombia next week.
Very excited. Thank you so much. John Fast, greatest author in the universe.
Thank you very much, Gary. Have a nice evening.
There you go. The first edition of Where the Hell's John? New segment. We're starting here. I just talked to the bosses. They said we need more new segments, so that's what we're going to do. There's one for you. We're going to travel with him around the world. He was in Mexico there, and then he's off to Colombia right away. And then he'll be heading over, I believe, to Crete and then down into Somalia and Yemen. He's doing a whole tour here with his book. It's wild. He's got a publicist, Liz. Shout out to Liz, best publicist in the world. And they've been doing a whole bunch of stuff. So thank you again to John Fast. We will check in with him again next week and every week moving forward with a brand new segment we just debuted right now. Where the hell's John? Very exciting. Thank you to, again, my sweet, beautiful. It's how the universe works. Then we talk about it, then it just starts happening. I already gave Network Grind another idea that I had. And he's so positive right now that it's weirding everyone out. So we got to make sure we don't go too good on all this stuff that the actual business people around here want. But this is what we do. John Fast, I love you. You're amazing. Thank you. Again, the book, one more time. You Can't Stop Love. Amazing audio book. Was uploaded yesterday. It takes 4 days for them to okay everything and make sure everything's good. So within that time, we will be able to give you the link on the screen to go buy this damn book. It's going to be very, very cool. If you have an audiobook like this, Network Ryan, one more time in case he wants to know how awesome we're getting at this. If you have an audiobook that you would like us to record for you, we have the abilities. You've seen it. You're going to be able to hear it right away. It's going to be amazing. Check this out. Boom. Send us an email. Contact@dufferinave.com. That is the email. You ready? This is the big finish. Oh, man, I have to go all the way over here. Get rid of that thing. See you later. Or maybe you want to check out our website. It's not done, Network Ryan. Whoop. DufferinAve.com. God, see. Okay, we'll ask right now. We'll ask the boss. Network Ryan, do you think the Dufferin Ave sign on that is too big? LB and I say no. Dragon says yes. I just said Dragon says yes. Yes. By the way, our on-air light is angry at us. So that is 2 versus 2. We need someone to break the tie. Being too big? Oh, that sign. It's just out of batteries? Yeah. Okay, so we're waiting. It's pending. It's a very big vote, by the way. I love it. Check out the website. Hold on, I gotta swipe this one out here now. Oh, this is perfect. You're too big. I was waiting for someone to say in the pants. Get out of here. I'm getting good at that. That's getting very, very good. Thank you. See, we continue to grow. LB doing his thing, making these things work. Shout out again to the damn big watch party we had for the Super Bowl. A lot of fun. Also, big shout out to our brand new member of the table, the Les Lazarus. Hey, the bobblehead. We're scared to open it because once you open, Uncle Brando told us if you open it, then you lose all the value, so it has to stay in box. But we really want to put it on here, so we'll see what happens with it. Maybe we'll get Les in again and see if he'll open it for us. Maybe that could be like of value. As we continue here on the Thursday edition of your show, weekly, Monday to Friday, 4 to 5 p.m., network scheduled viewing, just like we grew up with. If you're wondering, hey, it is Thursday, isn't there someone else that's supposed to be here? Oh, well, yeah, there is. And we are about to play him for you right now. Take her away, Dragon. Another Thursday has arrived, and so has Matt Young from CTV back in the house. We missed you, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing great, although, man, it's a bone chiller outside.
How long is this?
It is cold.
How long does this last?
And like another week. Like
Come
it's,
on, man.
I know it's the dead of winter, but even I, as hardy as we are here in Saskatchewan, this is becoming nuts.
I even dressed so it would get warm. I dressed.
I
for
know
warmth,
it's
and
like
not
it's like we can't wait for summer. We're trying to get the summer clothes out already.
ridiculous.
But
Hey, before you get into anything else, you see this?
yeah,
Our newest edition.
This is beautiful.
Have a peek at that.
By the way, the legend himself. It doesn't get any better than that.
So
Les
cool.
Lazarus.
I
He's
can't
great.
believe we got our hands on one.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
And you know what, man? I love bobbleheads. I love bobbleheads.
They're the best.
I mean,
It's so cool.
I always wanted one of myself one
See?
day,
That's
but you know what? You'd have to get as good as Les Lazarus.
You only got to put in 31 years. 31 years. Yeah. You have 31 years of announcing for a team, and you too could have one of these amazing bobbleheads. So shout out to our buddy Kevin with Hammer Time Roofing got us one here for the
love
studio.
it.
So
Thank you,
very
Kevin.
cool,
That's
and a
great.
big shout out to Les as well. We have our interview that we did with him and Croker and Mazer. I'm going to put it up here somewhere, hopefully soon,
nice.
so people can check that out again.
Well, that would be a fun
Very
one to
cool.
watch.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun one to watch.
Very fun talking to him.
So,
what are we doing today?
We love talking about video games. We love putting Saskatoon stuff in video games,
Yes,
and
we
we love
do.
modding video games and just sort of the latest in anything that's going on in video games. And
Yes,
of
sir.
course, me and you, we're not. My last name is Young, but we're not getting younger. And we love talking about sometimes the old stuff, sometimes the new stuff, right? So, I
said it
was
so perfectly.
I was looking the other day because as we know, I like to take apart stuff,
Yes,
and I
you
like
do.
to mod video.
You're a
games.
tinkerer.
That's exactly
to
right.
tinker.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I was looking at what game would I want to mod next and put some Saskatoon flavor to it. And I thought about, you ever seen SimCity?
Yes.
So SimCity is obviously a series of video games that goes way back, right?
Yes, it
Into
does.
like the
Super Nintendo, man.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well,
And way before that, too.
and what a lot of people, so I was doing a little bit of research. What a lot of people don't know is that before the Super Nintendo came out, you had regular Nintendo, which
Period.
we've had here on this program a few times.
Yep.
And what a lot of people might not realize is that there was actually a SimCity game that was going to be produced for the regular Nintendo.
Come on.
But it was canceled. And so I kind of started looking around, and I discovered a few canceled NES games that were never released, but they were in production, and they were canceled for a number of different reasons. And so I thought we would look at some games that you never knew almost existed.
So this is like a game tease almost.
Yeah.
Games
It's
that we almost
it's
had,
the
but
games that we
just
almost
missed.
had, but they were delayed or canceled and were never released. But they're games you wish. It's like,
had.
why didn't they release that game? So
Yeah, game teasing with Matt Young. That's what we're doing today.
So we talked about SimCity. Now, some of you that are from the 80s, and do you remember How old are you again? Do you
42.
42. So we're the same age.
Here,
You
here.
remember the California Raisins?
Oh, of course.
Who can forget the California Raisins from the late 80s and early 90s?
Those guys were very musical little raisins.
And you get like the little California
Yep.
Raisins
The
figures. remember
models,
that?
yep.
And I think they had
Figurines.
their like own TV show for a
They
little
did,
while. It was
absolutely.
crazy. Well, I found out that there was actually a California Raisins game that was being made for the Nintendo Entertainment System, but never was fully produced and released.
Come
and the
on.
reason why is because by the time they were getting through it to finish it, the California Raisins marketing campaign has ended. But we got one that we're going to show you. How does that sound?
I am
Now,
so excited. I love learning with you,
this
brother.
is stuff that you can find on the internet. You just kind of got to go down those rabbit holes and like learn, right? So I have on this back screen, I have a Nintendo emulator that we've used a
course.
few times.
Yes, sir.
And what we're going to do is we're going to open up a ROM and we're going to open up what would have been the California Raisins Nintendo game that never got released. And it's right here.
Look at this.
This is California Raisins.
1990.
It was made for the NES. And
Look at him go.
and yeah, I know. Isn't that
It's
cute, dude?
awesome.
Isn't
Yeah.
that great? Isn't that
That's,
great?
it's like
And
the cartoon. Oh.
Yeah.
song.
Remember that?
Dude, the commercials, the cartoon.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic.
This is amazing.
So when I found out that there was a Nintendo game that had been worked
California Judge Raisins?
on, isn't that cool?
Come on.
Can you let's zoom in on the TV? Let's zoom in a little
do
bit.
this. All right.
So what you're looking at is a copy or gameplay from a California Raisins video game that unfortunately was never fully produced, and the
This
reason
is
why,
wild.
and it's disappointing. Games are sometimes started and never. This is one that I wish that they would have kept going.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And the gameplay is kind of weird. So you select normal, right? And what
Okay.
you are is you're one of the California Raisins, and
They
you
look
kinda,
so upset.
What's that?
They look so upset. Oh, I guess because they've been kidnapped.
Well,
And
that's
they're saying, help us,
it-
help us.
That's exactly right.
And hold
So-
on, and you can pick your stages, hey? So that's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Mega Man type situation.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's kind of just.
Look
It
at
is a
him
little
go.
like Mega Man. Now you got to dodge bad guys and get it. Whoa!
You gotta
Wow.
shoot someone. Can you shoot anybody?
Now what's the shoot button?
I guess,
I don't
yeah.
even know.
ROMs
there,
are
oh,
there.
no,
he
I got
is.
it. I got it. Wait. Okay, I got it.
You can put some
Okay.
damage on these guys. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, I went down.
Down
I went
two.
down. I died. Ah!
Pretty good. That's a pretty good kill screen animation, though.
It is. It's just the glasses
Yeah,
falling off.
They got him.
So when I saw this, I was like, I got to show Gary Nicholas.
This
He's
is
gonna think
amazing,
this is
dude.
fantastic.
I love this.
And once you get the hang of it, it's a fun
It's
game.
really
to play.
hard to
I'm a
play
little.
on it.
It's tough for me to do it on a laptop.
That's the problem.
There we
We
go.
don't have a
I got it
controller,
again.
yeah.
But hey, you know what? We won't complain about that. So this is California Raisins, and
so
and
cool.
and it never. I don't know if you can tilt the camera down just a little bit. There you go. It never really. It was never released. There's some cover artwork out there that people thought, well, this
Yeah.
is what it will. This is what it will look like when it
yeah.
is released. But it's kind of cool that someone found a prototype of the code and put it out there. And now, if
People
you
can
have a
play it.
regular Nintendo emulator, you can play a little bit of California Raisins for
Even
for
though
the NES.
it wasn't released.
Even though it wasn't released.
That's
Isn't that
crazy.
neat?
That's nuts.
And-
You want me to zoom this bad boy out again?
Let's zoom it back out
Okay.
again. Now, so that's the California Raisins,
That's
which
so
is now there's a bunch of other games that were made but never released for the regular Nintendo Entertainment System, and the other one that I thought you'd find interesting,
Yes.
is
More.
is now this is one that because I was looking at modding, I was like I'd love to mod a Sim City game, make it look exactly like Saskatoon.
That's exactly where I thought you were going. That's why I was like really
And
like.
so I'm like, and then I was doing some research and I found out, yes, there was a SimCity game that was going to be made for the regular Nintendo. It never came out. It came out for Super Nintendo.
Yes.
But for those of you who remember the days of regular Nintendo, which were fantastic, you know, back when you
The
had
best.
wood finish TVs and VCRs
best.
from Wilco,
Yes.
there was a SimCity game, and someone again, it's usually just some guy. He finds a prototype or some code,
guy like you,
or
right?
or maybe a guy who worked on the game with his buddies back
Yeah.
in the '80s, because these were all like small operations you'd make out of a garage. It isn't like the big production houses for
It
video games.
wasn't
you have now.
conglomerates back
so,
there, no.
So somebody, and here we go. So we're gonna play a little bit of Sim City, and it's gonna. This is regular Nintendo Sim City, right here.
Dude,
Right. This is not the Super Nintendo one. Whoops. Turn the volume up.
how about that music?
Isn't that neat? Right.
It's so crazy to me that you would put so much work into something like that and then not do it.
Well,
you
and
know?
there's various business reasons why games won't be released.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's because Nintendo will move up the date of the Super Nintendo, and then it's like, well, if you're going to release a Super Nintendo next month, maybe we'll make it for Super Nintendo instead, right?
For sure.
And sometimes there could be other things. I mean, companies make money. Maybe they lost a bunch of money and we couldn't finish it, you know?
Totally.
Maybe the developer decided to quit and go to the competition. Now, there's all kinds of reasons why, but we're going to start a little city
Okay,
here.
I'm going back in. Here I go.
Yeah, let's zoom in because we're going to create a new city. And
Create a new. Look at that.
yeah, why not
8-bit, hey?
on 8-bit, right?
That's
It's so
crazy.
rare, right?
It
So we're gonna
is.
create a new city, and whoops, I'm just gonna
Yeah, careful these chairs.
lower down a little bit so you can see the
Yeah.
TV. But now here we go. I think that map is good. So we'll go to play game, and now we have to. What is my city's name? So we're gonna call it. How about we call it? We'll call it. Garyville.
Come on down to Garyville.
Come on down to Garyville. What would Garyville look like? I guess hopefully better than this.
Yeah,
I'm sure it would.
You know, I'm hoping we can stay away from a lot of those natural disasters and the such.
I don't know if
Garyville
that was
might get
in this
run
game.
over. I guess, yeah.
There we
hey?
go.
You only have so much.
And
right?
we have to input our favorite word.
What?
I don't know why. We got to input our favorite word.
Food.
Food.
Or
Okay.
games.
Games. Let's input
go
games.
We like games around here.
There we go. Okay. So we'll put down games.
That's the two words I think of. Hey, games and food. Classic.
Hey man, nothing
That's
wrong
it.
with that. That's what I think of all the time too.
Yeah, that's my life. Right
Okay,
there.
so here we go. And we'll select easy
Oh,
mode
yeah, give us that
because
big funding.
I
Big
want
funding.
big money,
Yeah,
big money
that's
right
right.
off the start. Okay, here
We're
we go.
doing big things
So
here.
this is what SimCity would have looked like on a regular Nintendo. A lot of
It's
people
so
have never
weird,
seen this
isn't it?
before, right? Not quite as good as Super Nintendo. So
Well, it's not even close. That's
No,
that's
no,
what I'm
no, no,
saying.
no,
Super
that's the
Nintendo
thing,
is
that's the
so much more.
well, there
I
were
guess
so many more.
new,
There was
yeah.
so many more colors, right?
Yeah.
But we got to start off with a little. We're gonna start off with a little power plant.
Get that
And we're
power
gonna
going.
put the
Get everyone
power
working.
plant. We'll put it right here.
Beautiful.
That's industrial, I guess. Okay, so we got that. and we'll build some houses. So here's some residential.
Man, this brings me back.
And
I love.
Did you
playing
play
this
the
game.
Super
Oh,
Nintendo
yeah.
one?
Oh,
So yeah, you can see how it looks a little different, right?
Yeah. Well, it looks like the Super Nintendo one just in
Just
8-bit.
In 8-bit, that's
Like
exactly
all of
what
the
it is.
glossiness is sort of taken off.
Well,
It's
that's
more
the thing,
rugged,
and the
yeah.
music is much more synthesized, right?
Yeah.
So now we need some roads. I'm sure Garyville would have a few roads so you can get around.
That's
okay,
right.
so
Go to the arcade.
there we go. The sounds are a little
Look
bit
at
different,
that.
right? Doot, 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 doot.
This is
And you
so
know what? We
cool.
also we would be remiss if we didn't put a road that leads up to the beach.
Oh, to the beach.
We're gonna go to the beach. Why not?
Look at this.
And then we'll go up.
$10 a road, hey?
There, you got your little
There you
beach
go.
road right there. You can go
You got any
go
sports
go
stadiums in this
straight to
one?
the beach. You do. You'd have to probably work hard to get
oh,
them there.
yeah,
That's
we
the
gotta
thing.
build.
And
of
I
course.
think now I gotta also make sure that there's power. And I still haven't worked out exactly how to get the power plant. Hold on, power plant.
There you
we
are.
go. Coal. Because you only have coal and nuclear. You don't got a lot of solar. This 1990, folks. 1990, right? So boom shakalaka. We got a
There he
power
is.
plant right there, and we'll put and you know what? I think Garyville would probably have you'd have some parks, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So a little green
We
space
love to go
there
hang out
out
in
near
the-
the beach, and little green space across from your house.
Beautiful.
Right there. And so we got there's the start, ladies and gentlemen, of Garyville in SimCity for NES. And we'll put a little road in between this and the power plant. And there you have it. But that's kind of a unique taste
Welcome to
what?
Garyville.
of what SimCity would have looked like
That's so
for
cool.
for the regular Nintendo, because a lot of people didn't know that it had even been considered to be made for that system, right?
That's wild. And
Isn't that cool? And so now I'm thinking maybe I could make like an 8-bit Sim City and make it look like Saskatoon, right? You
That's
got
what I thought you
Idlewild-
were doing from the
Idlewild
start here.
Drive to the
Yes.
north and all that sort of thing. So it's
sometime
just,
in the future, I would love to see that.
I'll try and work on that. And,
It'd be a lot of work.
I think the neat thing is that it's just cool to find out all the neat little gems out there that you never got to see or never got to play, and now because of the internet and because of emulators and because of we can enjoy some of this stuff that unfortunately never made it into our homes for whatever reason. You guys who made SimCity should have finished it.
We can play games that we were never supposed to.
That's right.
That's cool.
That's exactly
That is cool.
cool. That's exactly
I
cool.
love that, buddy.
So to get it, it's not that hard. You need to download an NES emulator. They're not that hard to get, and then just search for SimCity NES, and you can find some ROM sites, and you just download it, and it's really a snap of the fingers, and you're ready to go. You're ready to roll.
I love it, buddy.
There you
That's
go, man.
So damn cool. Real quick.
There you go.
Sports world. What's going on?
Okay,
Talk to me.
so we got lots, of course. Obviously the big Les Lazaruk, the Saskatoon Blades. We love that.
Yep.
Huskies hockey, the men's hockey team. They will, if they can win this weekend, which I'm sure that they will. They will clinch first in the conference heading into the playoffs.
Love
so
that.
all their playoff games will be at home, which gives them in good position to win and go on to nationals. So they'll be playing at Merlis Belcher this weekend. And of course the Blades, now you start thinking about playoffs, right, with them. So that's going to be coming up as well. So I would say this, while it's cold, get out to Merlis Belcher because it's heating up. They're going to get good crowds out there.
Hell
now,
yeah.
And this Huskies hockey team, I mean, we're talking about, players that have played AHL. Some of them have been drafted into the NHL.
There's Blades in there, a bunch of big guys
and
you
then
know.
keep an eye on the court. There's a few court cases going on involving the women's basketball team, the basketball court of toys we're talking about. They're doing very, very well. They always, Lisa Tomaitis is a great coach.
Yep.
So keep an eye on them. College basketball, because the women's basketball team, excellent shot at a national title. And
Love
the
it.
men's team was not supposed to make, it didn't look like they would make the playoffs, but now they got a legitimate shot if they can do well this weekend. So we could have both our college basketball teams on the men's and women's side in the playoffs coming up. So
As
college
you know,
hoops, college sports, it's big days coming up.
all you got to do is get in the dance.
That's right.
Just
That's
get
all
in there and you never
that's
know
all
what'll
you
happen.
gotta. By the way, can I ask you, Chris, did
Yes.
you watch a Super Bowl?
I did.
Okay. Did your team win?
I
No.
wasn't really cheering for a team.
Oh,
We
okay.
actually had our first ever damn watch party here in the studio.
Yes, I heard about
Yeah,
that, and that went good.
It was awesome. So
Okay,
everything
good.
tested really good. We got a bunch of fun stuff in there. As far as the game went, my one takeaway was all I could think of the entire time was the referees were told before that game, whatever you do, do not give Kansas City a call. It was like they were almost the opposite side, making sure
when in
everything
doubt,
was going
just
Philly.
don't throw. And you know what?
it's crazy.
I put it. I know somebody who's a referee. I do not think that the referees are out in some conspiracy. I know it
course
looks
not.
bad.
Yeah.
But I can kind of get the pressure that those guys are. We don't even think about referees when you watch sports. They just sort of walk between the walls. Sometimes you don't even notice them when they're on the field,
For
but
sure.
they're there. High pressure, but hey, Super Bowl was fun. Eagles won. I was cheering
You're an
for
Eagle
the
guy?
Eagles
There you
because
go.
the Chiefs beat my Buffalo Bills, and I'm back to hope next year.
Next year,
right?
that's the Buffalo way.
Gotta keep
Next
in shape so
year.
I'm alive.
Yes.
By the time hopefully they win a Super Bowl.
Hey,
There
you know
you
what?
go.
It'll come.
It'll
man.
come
They're
one day,
right there.
folks.
They're right
It'll
there.
come one day.
For sure. Man, thank you so much for always giving us a couple
Yes,
minutes.
absolutely.
Thursdays are the best because of you. His name is Matt Young from CTV. Every Thursday
you
he
go.
joins us, brother. Thank you again. I'm looking forward to the next one.
We'll see you next week.
Just love that guy. The great Matt Young from CTV in the house, not just updating us with all the awesome local sporting events going on in our beautiful city as we move forward, but also doing some really cool video game stuff like we always tend to do with him. As we continue on the Thursday edition, one more time, if you want to get in contact with us, it's very, very easy. All you got to do is just check this out. Boom. Contact at dufferinav.com. A very, very manageable piece of mail right there if you take a good peek at it. That bad boy will lead you to us. You got an organization, you got charity, you got a show idea, maybe you want to do your own show. Let us know. We are here to help you. One of our biggest issues is getting the word out that we are not sitting here with an overlord that takes all the money and says, more money, I must be rich. We are hyper local. We are Saskatoon. We are the voice for this city. We can give you the reach that you need And we don't have anybody sitting on a throne saying, pay us everything. Very reasonable. It's very cool. And we have a very handsome sales guy who can come right to you and show you all the awesome stuff. Just let us know what that. Contact at dufferinave.com or head on over to the website. Look at this, dufferinave.com. We're in a current debate right now of whether this little street sign is a little too big for this little logo. I love it, but I love everything that the guys make. So we will see if this gets changed in the future. Don't say. Now we need to bring in a third and I guess a fifth and final voter. Either way, check out the website. It's amazing. Our friend Royal Anders hooked that up. It's awesome. We have another previously recorded segment for you. This one is a feature for our friends over at 3 Hall as we have another incredible night coming up. Thanks to our friends with Bloom Entertainment. Dragon, let's do it again, brother. February 22nd, we will have another amazing event going down at 3 Hall, thanks to our friends with Bloom Entertainment. It's going to be a lot of fun as it will be the country evening, I guess we could say.
Country Showdown.
The Country Showdown. Thank you. I knew you'd get me
close,
there. Hey,
close.
you know, that's what we're all about here. Just get around there, and eventually we'll all figure it out together. We're all about being a team and lifting each other up, right?
I love it.
So that's what we do. Mercy and Jordan in the house. I'm going to just go ahead. We love to clap around here. It sort of sounds depressing when it's just me. Lots of times there'll be more people. Yeah, but
We got you.
welcome to the studio. It's so nice to have you guys here.
Thank you for having us.
And, you know, I'm so grateful because everyone who comes in here for the first time always says the same thing. They say, I love this place. It's so cool. Like, what is this? And I just sort of gave you guys the rundown about the Twitch studio that we have. Both of you didn't know what Twitch was, so that was a good start. And then we got to the tooth booth with Dr. Hausman Associates and the recording booth. You guys have a little more, you know, interaction with recording booths, I would believe. And we just finished an audiobook. So basically, we got 3 things going. We have a new set here, too, the modern set. So we got 4 things going on. It's nice to know that people notice those things when we come in, because a lot of great people did a lot of hard work to make this stuff happen and sort of bring it to this point. So I'm very proud of the boys for doing all of that. Now, luckily, this show has nothing to do with me because I'm not very interesting in any way. The Country Showdown going on. Let's start with you, Mercy. Tell me what is going to go down that evening as far as experiences go. Because we got five acts that night?
Yeah.
And it's a country showdown. So this is a country-themed 3 Hall Bloom Entertainment party, basically.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just checked it out. I just did the open mic last Friday. It was my first time going there.
Nice.
But I think it'll be, super intimate.
And that's what they bring,
and-
right? Like,
yeah,
you really strip it down and you really get down to the actual roots of that
Yeah.
incredible music.
And the sound in there was probably one of the best sounding systems I've played on. It
Yeah.
was really good. So I think it's going to be super stripped back, super intimate, but also at the same time high energy. So
And now, you're as a person who's just coming into this, you're still young, and you started, I guess it'd be what, like 6 years ago. So you're getting into it now. Do these types of setups, these type of nights, do you enjoy them, or do you find them to sort of be intimidating in a way as someone who's just getting into it?
I enjoy them a lot. I enjoy more of a acoustic type of set. So
Yeah.
this is right on par for me. I think it's one of my favorite types of shows to play.
Okay. And would that be because the interaction you have with the crowd and that intimacy you're talking about?
Yeah, there's just more feel to it, I would say. It's just
100%.
and you can try out new things, new songs. I enjoy it.
A lot of people who come through here with our friends with 3 Hall and Bloom, they all talk about the importance of open mic nights like this and the opportunities that these things provide, because not only is it a place for you guys to get reps in, but it's also a place where you guys can come together as musicians and work together and move forward together. Like we were saying, there's a bunch of bands that got started just through this sort of idea of this night. And it's,
Yeah.
do you feel that camaraderie in there between musicians?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And with that, I always want to look at situations like this, because we say it all the time. 3 Hall is bringing music back to Broadway. Now, you guys, you're both from out of town, so you wouldn't really know a lot about this, but Broadway used to be the go-to place if you were in Saskatoon. There's all the bars, and all the bars had all the music, and all the people would just go. And that slowly disappeared, and they're starting to bring it back. And with music coming back, we've noticed, and this is more of just a statement by me because I like to just speak whatever comes to my brain. With all of this music coming back, the band's coming back, it's starting to create new music within all of the people doing these shows. So not only are you bringing music back to Broadway, but you're creating new bands that are also performing. So it's like a double feeder going into this city, which is very, very valuable, I think, for a music scene as a whole. And that was just more of an assessment by me, but I just wanted to get that out there. Jordan, same to you. What do you think nights like this and these open mic nights and bringing people together, what does that sort of mean to you? As in, when you look at what's going on, like, does it fill your heart with joy like it does me?
Totally.
Yeah.
Like anywhere where there's music, it fills me up with joy. But like these specific shows, like I believe it's a 45-minute set. So that gives you time to do covers, originals, like really show who you are as an artist. I'll throw in some corny jokes too. So
I like that.
come on by if you like a really shitty comedy. Can I say shitty?
Oh yeah, you can say
Okay.
shit. Absolutely. It's all good here.
Really shitty comedy show, also with some acoustic songs. But
I love that.
it's also great, just like you said, the connections. Yeah. Like I'm sure after the show, Mercy and I will sit down, have a drink, and talk about how we're going to set up a co-write because we've been talking about that for forever, and now we're finally going to do it. Or maybe we'll start talking, like maybe the guys will want to do a duet even that night, like an impromptu. Yeah. Like all of those like organic, just super natural moments are going to happen in a night like this.
And it's not just with like the vocalists, like drummers and like bassists and all these people come together, and all of a sudden one week they're on their own and the next week they're playing with 2 different bands. Yeah. You know, it's just opportunity builds opportunity. And I think there's so much value in that and with what these guys are doing there. And it's just, I think it's so dang cool. So let's talk a little bit about your personal performances. When you get up there and you start doing things, we'll start with you here. What do you bring to the country? Like, I always struggle with asking the same questions over and over, but in different ways. But if you were to say, what's a Jordan show like? And you said it pretty well there, as in you got the awesome, incredibly hilarious jokes with some music in between.
You would make it sound really good.
Well, like, that sounds really good to me because I would be very interested in that. But when you get up there, like, are there any influences or like what kind of country, because country's become so much more than just country now, right? Like we can all agree there's so many different sort of umbrella sides to country.
Totally.
So where do you think you'd fall there? If you have to put yourself, I always say don't ever put yourself in a box. I feel like it's the worst thing you can do. It limits to where you can go. And we live by that all the time here. But what inspired you? Do you have any inspirations or any, what's it called when you have a bunch of influences? Any influences?
I have lots, and I think it's constantly changing all the time,
which is very good, very healthy.
And I think it's changed a lot, and even in the past year. Like yesterday, I celebrated being with the same band for a year, and they've all they're amazing.
Who's the band?
Lane Westlake, Barry McKeegan, and Landon Franson. They're all from.
I just realized you are the name of the band because you
I am, but they are a huge part of it, and they've influenced me by introducing me to music that I've never heard, and they're huge like rock fans. So we've been putting lots of rock songs into the set, and I've always had like Shania Twain is one of my biggest influences.
Let's go, girls.
So her exactly like the rock and pop influences are huge. But I'd say for me, especially in an acoustic show, you are going to get a lot of sassy songs that I've written with just very like tongue-in-cheek little innuendos and things, which are super fun. But right now, I'd say my biggest influence is probably Carter Faith. I love her. She's a country artist. Is so awesome. She's so good. And I mean, Sabrina Carpenter, all of those people. But just I'm working on finding my sound. And so it's always evolving.
That's amazing. How long have you been doing this for?
I started performing live, like doing shows when I was like 12 or 13.
Jeez, so both of you guys have been doing it for a while. Hey?
Yeah, but it also like started open mic nights, little showcases and playing at old folks' homes, all the things.
I love that. I absolutely like it. Maggie's also a star at the old folks' homes. I take her to go see Granny every now and then, and she's just, the second she walks in there, oh my God,
that's so
puppy.
Awesome.
Yes, and she just eats it up. Like she just plays to the crowd so well. Okay. What about you? Influences? Anything that's influenced you. And I understand it's very ironic talking to someone who's 21 years old about influences, but like we say, like there's something there, right?
Totally.
I have to agree with Jordan that I think it's always changing. Like when I was in high school, it was Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac.
Now it's Carter Faith, Ella Langley, Megan Maroney, Tate McRae, just a bunch of them. Like it's always changing.
What I'm hearing, it makes me so happy to know that like we're not cover bands. Like you guys understand that you want to be your own performers and your own musician. So you take all those influences and you create your own thing. And I think it's very good that people are aware that you're sort of, every time you go up there, you're paying homage to these people that sort of helped shape you. I think that's very cool while still cutting out your own sort of road in the path, which is makes me very, very happy. All right, so before we finish up here, I know we were talking earlier, you don't really have any places to promote your music yet, do you?
Not yet, nope.
We're working on it,
still
though, right?
working on it.
Okay.
One day.
Once we have a place, we're gonna. How about you? Is there a place people can go to see your stuff?
Yeah.
To listen to your stuff?
Well, do you have Instagram?
Oh,
do you have,
I do. I have
yeah.
social media.
There you go. Yeah, yell it out, you
Yeah.
guys. This is
No,
all
you
about
know.
self-promotion.
Thank you
Let's
for
get it out there.
reminding me. Yeah, Mercy Glover on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I do have social media.
Yeah. You were talking about streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. That we're all waiting for that.
Let's see, and it's funny because being in radio again for 25 damn years, I was around when social media didn't matter, and then once it came in, I continued to say it didn't matter because it didn't matter to me, and then my bosses said, well, it should matter because you have to do it, and I said, well, I'm not going to do it, and after a couple of years of that, they said, okay, well, you're done here. And I said, okay. And then the first thing I did when I started this place was get a social media person.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. It's so easy. So now I have so we have all the social medias and I don't got to worry or deal with any of it, which makes me very, very happy. So
I need someone like that.
I can hook you up. She's very, very good at it. So places people can find your stuff.
Yeah. Jordan Pollard Music, Jordyn. And you can also listen to my songs on Spotify. I just came out with a new album like a month ago.
What's the album called?
Upside of Being Down.
Give us a quick synopsis. What goes through this incredible adventure?
Oh gosh.
Is it a concept album?
No.
And no one does concept albums.
Although I'm working on something.
Thank you.
But,
I had a
I'll
feeling
let
that
you
there
know.
was something there. This makes me very happy.
Yeah, Upside of Being Down. It's like very like pop country influence, like Kelsey Ballerini. My newest single is called The Reason, and it was co-written by Ingrid Andress. It's super, super fun. I think that's like my favorite song that I've ever released, so go check it out, The Reason. Yeah, thank you.
I love it. That was great. All right. February 22nd, the Country Showdown going on at 3 Hall. Thank you to our friends at Bloom Entertainment. Anything else you guys want to say before we call it an interview?
Just thank you for letting us come on here. Thank you to
Thank
Bloom
you.
as well for
Yeah.
having us on the showcase. I'm super excited.
And I'll tell you what I tell every band that's been through. I know you guys are human beings, but I use the term band loosely. Every single person involved with this project that comes through here, I say, you've seen it now, you know what it is, you know what it's about. You guys are now family. Anytime you have a need for any of this stuff, you guys ever want to start a podcast or anything like that, you have a place where you can do. You want to do some voicing. You can even do some video game playing on Twitch if you guys want to get into that.
You could
It's
teach
all
me
here
how to
for you.
play video games
Absolutely.
on Twitch.
Well, maybe that'll be a fun show coming up. We'll see what we can do. Check them out. February 22nd. Get your tickets. I believe we're going to have the link for the ticket in the describes.
Describes?
I call them describes. They
I
always make
love
fun
it.
of me.
I was like,
They always,
Cool.
as I screw up every single thing, like Spotify's and Apple Casts, and what else are we on? Like, there's so many things. I just don't even try anymore. It's just like,
that's fair.
all the things. So, check them out. Support local. That's what we are all about, ladies. Thank you so much for giving us a couple minutes.
Thank
I greatly
you.
appreciate it, and I wish you best of luck at the big show.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And now we look at the camera and freeze for a couple seconds. How about that freeze frame at the end, hey? Love that. Straight up. All right, that's the part now where we freeze and give a big smile. That's how easy previously recorded segments are here at the Dufferin Avenue Media Network. If you want to come by and do a pre-tape just like that, you want to come have some fun, you want to see how cool it is to be in this amazing clubhouse, check it out. I'm not going to let you guys chirp it. Contact at dufferinave.com. There it is. Beautiful. Fantastic. That's the email. We also have a website right there. Dufferinav.com with a perfectly sized street sign at the end. It's a great show. What a fantastic show today. Dragon, we're going to end a little early because we got some meeting to do. Why don't you go ahead and give me some Frankies, and let's make our way out of here. What a great show. Let me just go ahead. Where's it? Right about here? Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Get out of here. Perfect. Just like the great late Kurt Hennig. Mr. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. What a great show. Thank you to our friend Kevin at Hammer Time Roofing, dropping off a Les Lazarick bobblehead, one of our prized possessions here on the table, set up for your show. Big thank you to everyone involved. CTV's Matt Young stopping by today. Always fantastic check in with him. Showing us a couple video games that weren't actually completed, but you can now go and play, which is very cool. As well, big thank you to our friend John Fast, the author of You Can't Stop Love, available now on Amazon, soon to be available as well in audiobook form. As we'll give you all the details on that when it gets approved, which will be very, very exciting. And that was the first edition of Where the Hell's John? As he travels around the world. Do a weekly check-in with him, see how the book promotion's going, see who he's talking to, what he's doing, and all that. As well, thank you to Jordan and Mercy stopping by. February 22nd, they're playing 3-Hall, baby. It's going to be a fantastic one. Country Showdown going on. Be sure to get out there and support them as we continue to do great things with our friends at 3-Hall. Thank you to Uncle Grandma. He's in here. We're about to record a new episode dropping every Sunday at 7 p.m. Be sure to check that out. And to Dragon and Network Ryan hanging out. We've basically been having meetings during these tapes. It's been very, very good. We've been learning a lot, solving a lot of problems as we move. So, a lot of fun here. We're going to get into all of that exciting stuff some more here, and then back tomorrow for another roundtable. I believe Hardcore will be in. It's going to be a very special day. She's going to be in for a half hour of Uncle Brando in the house. We'll have Dragon as well. See what goes on there. I'm not going to say anything's exciting or super cool that's about to go down, but it might be a fun one to tune in on as we like to end the week with our friends and roundtables and happiness and love. All the good stuff. Remember, do good things and they will happen to you, all right? Karma is a very, very real thing. This studio is literally a perfect example of that mentality. You could have one of these too. And if not, until then, come hang out with us. We will love to have you here. Have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow.